Wait, step aside. Zizi Kodwa resigns as ANC MP amid corruption scandal. The corruption-accused former sports minister Zizi Kodwa has resigned as a Member of Parliament MP. The former African National Congress ANC spokesperson resigned from the role on Thursday amid allegations of corruption. The ANC State Secretary General Fikile Mbalula received a letter from Kodwa formally communicating his resignation as an MP. The ANC said they received the letter on Wednesday, July 24th. The letter is dated 24 July 2024 and the resignation is with immediate effect, said the statement. ANC National Spokesperson Zuko Godlimpi said the ANC has accepted the resignation and they wished Kodwa well. In June, Kodwa appeared before the Palm Ridge Specialized Commercial Crime Court, facing corruption charges involving 1.7 million rand, where he was granted bail of 30,000 rand. He later resigned from his ministerial position. Kodwa's presence in parliament has been criticized, with some critics of the government party saying the ANC had double standards in its execution of the step-aside policy. Some of President Cyril Ramaphosa's political foes, like S. Makashule, were removed from office using the step-aside conversion, which dictates that members charged could not represent the party while they were charged in the courts. Kodwa's case was rescheduled from August 21st after he appeared in court earlier this week to answer charges of corruption. Meanwhile, ActionSA in KwaZulu-Natal has accused the Democratic Alliance DA leader in the province and MEC of Finance, Francois Rogers, of plagiarism by presenting a budget speech that was previously delivered by a former MEC. Francois retabled the budget speech on Thursday in the Provincial legislature in Durban. According to ActionSA's Provincial spokesperson, Sanelisiwe Zuma, Rogers' budget speech was copied word for word from former MEC of Finance, Neliswa Konyeni. Konyeni, an ANC member, presented the budget speech on March 7, 2024. Zuma said the blatant copy and paste reflects the stagnation and lack of innovation leadership within the government department despite having a new leader. The speech also failed to tackle the dire state of the scholar transport system. Many learners in rural areas still face the burden of traveling long distances on foot to reach their schools. This highlights the MEC's disconnect from the real challenges faced by our leaders, said Zuma. Despite the Department of Education receiving the biggest budget, Zuma further criticized Rogers for failing to address critical issues in the education sector, including the National School Nutrition Program, saying it highlights the disconnect from the real challenges faced by learners. Suppliers have gone unpaid for months, leaving them disgruntled and many learners without nutritious meals. It is distressing that the department has chosen to decrease food supplies to schools in need despite high enrollment numbers, leaving many students hungry. Moreover, the MEC did not provide assurance that there will be no further interruptions in nutrition program. The speech also failed to tackle the dire state of the scholar transport system. Many learners in rural areas still face the burden of traveling long distances on foot to reach their schools. Meanwhile, the Health Department received the second biggest slice of the budget at 53 billion rand, while Transport received 13 billion rand, and the Economic Development and Environmental Affairs got 3.4 billion rand. Zuma said even though the health department was allocated a huge portion, Rogers still failed to address the significant shortage of healthcare workers, including doctors and nurses. Similarly with the Department of Education, which faces a shortage of over 7,000 teachers. The Human Settlement Department, led by MEC Siboniso Duma, also the leader of government business, received 3.5 billion rand. The Department of Agriculture banked 2.6 billion rand, and the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs got 1.7 billion rand. A total of 1.8 billion rand went to the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, while 1.5 billion rand was channeled to the Department of Sport, Art and Culture. The office of the Premier was handed 784 million rand, the Speaker's office received 782 million rand, and the Treasury received 680 million rand. On the other hand, the Electoral Commission of South Africa IEC has acknowledged that some citizens who volunteered as temporary election officials during the May 29th elections may have not received full payment. The delays are attributed to outstanding documentation, including signed contracts, attendance registers, and valid bank account information. Without these documents and information, payments cannot be processed, said the Commission. Efforts have been made to expedite payments, and the IEC reported that staff were paid for 2/3 of all workdays within a week of the elections by June 8, 2024. Over 98% of the 274,000 election staff have been paid their stipends in full, the IEC noted, while just under 2% of the election staff have not received payment or have only received partial payment. For those still awaiting full payment, the IEC advises contacting the local office that contracted them to finalize any outstanding administration, such as providing valid bank account details or signing contracts and registers for training and work days. In cases where local IEC officers are unreachable, volunteers can message the IEC on their platform or email info@elections.org.za with the following information: full name, ID number, dates worked, voting station and province, and cell phone number. The IEC reminds officials that they are legally obligated to tax stipends according to the South African Revenue Service SARS prescripts. Those who are unemployed or earn below the tax threshold can seek a rebate from SARS in February 2025 at the end of the tax year. We remain indebted to our citizens who served as election officials in difficult circumstances to deliver free, fair, and credible 2024 general elections, the Commission said. Payments are processed in weekly tranches every Saturday, with the next approved payment scheduled for Saturday, 27 July 2024. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.